Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with the glossary of legal terms. The first phrase today is in limine. In limine is a Latin term meaning at the threshold. In a legal practice, it refers to a motion made before or during trial to request that certain evidence be excluded. This helps prevent a prejudicial or irrelevant material from being presented to the jury. In limine, motions are often used in sensitive cases involving hearsay, prior convictions, or inflammatory material. Granting or denying such motions shapes the course of trial proceedings. The next phrase is waiver of rights. A waiver of rights is the voluntary relinquishment of a non-legal right or claim. It can be expressed, that is written or spoken, or implied through conduct. Waivers are enforceable if made knowingly, freely, and without coercion. They are common in contracts, insurance claims, and litigation settlements. Courts may refuse enforcement if the waiver violates public policy or is unconscionable. The next term is doctrine. A doctrine is a principle or set of principles that form the foundation of legal systems or judicial decisions. In law, it serves as a guiding rule developed through case law, legislation, or scholarly interpretation. Doctrines help ensure consistency and predictability in judicial decisions. They can apply to constitutional, criminal, civil, and administrative law contexts. Examples include the doctrine of precedent, doctrine of separation of powers, and a doctrine of estoppel. The next phrase is trade secret. A trade secret is confidential business information that provides a competitive advantage to its owner. It includes formulas, processes, designs, or methods not publicly known. Protection of trade secrets depends on maintaining secrecy and taking reasonable steps to prevent their disclosure. Misappropriation or theft can lead to legal action under intellectual property law. Unlike patents, trade secrets can last indefinitely as long as they remain undisclosed. The next phrase is labor court. A labor court is a specialized tribunal dealing with employment-related disputes. It hears cases involving unfair dismissal, wage claims, union disputes, and workplace rights. Its procedures are designed to be simpler and faster than ordinary courts. Labor courts ensure fair treatment of workers while balancing employer interests. Their decisions may be subject to appeal in higher tribunals. The next phrase is marriage license. A marriage license is an official document permitting a couple to marry. It is usually issued by a civil authority after verifying legal eligibility, that is age, consent, absence of impediments. The license ensures the marriage complies with the statutory requirements. Without it, a marriage may be invalid or unrecognized by the state. It helps maintain public records of marriages. The next phrase is documentary evidence. Documentary evidence refers to any written or recorded material used to prove or disprove a fact in a legal proceeding. It includes contracts, letters, photographs, digital records, and government documents. Courts often require proper authentication to admit a documentary evidence. Its weight and credibility are evaluated based on relevance and accuracy. It plays a crucial role in both civil and criminal cases, offering objective support for claims or defenses. The next term is domain. In a legal sense, a domain refers to ownership or control over land, property, or digital space. In a property law, it can mean absolute ownership of real estate or jurisdictional authority. In the digital world, it refers to registered internet address under a domain name system. It signifies the right to control access and a use of the property or space in question. Domain rights can be transferred, licensed, or limited by law. The next term is execution. Execution in law refers to the process of enforcing a court judgment or order. It usually involves carrying out a decree such as seizing property, selling assets, or compelling performance. Execution ensures that the winning party in litigation receives the relief granted by the court. There are different types such as writs of execution and specific performance orders. It represents the final step of a legal dispute, turning judicial decisions into real-world outcomes. The next term is executor. An executor is a person named in a will to administer the estate of a deceased person. Their duties include collecting assets, paying debts, and distributing property according to the will. Executors must act in good faith and in the best interest of beneficiaries. They have fiduciary responsibilities and may be held legally accountable for mismanagement. Courts can appoint an administrator if no executor is named or available. The next phrase is transfer of property. Transfer of property is the act of conveying ownership rights from one person to another. It can involve sale, gift, exchange, lease, or mortgage. Legal requirements usually include competency of parties, lawful object, or proper documentation. Transfers must often be registered to be legally enforceable. This principle forms the foundation of property law and ensures clarity of ownership rights. The next phrase is group defamation. Group defamation occurs when defamatory statements target an entire group or class. Legal action depends on whether individual members can be identified. Courts generally require the group to be small enough for personal reputations to be harmed. It raises complex issues of free speech versus reputational rights. Group defamation is actionable in some jurisdictions under special laws. The next term is blackmail. Blackmail is a criminal offense involving threats to reveal information unless demands are met. The threatened information may be true or false. The crime lies in the coercive nature of the threat, not the truth of the information. Blackmail can involve money, property, or actions. It is punishable under criminal law as a form of extortion. The next term is legalization. Legalization is the process of authenticating documents for use in a foreign country. It usually involves certification by government or diplomatic authorities. The aim is to confirm the document's origin and validity. Legalization is crucial for cross-border trade, immigration, and a recognition of judgments. Some countries use simplified procedures under international conventions like the Hague Apostille. The next phrase is in person. In person means an act is done personally by the individual concerned rather than through the representatives. In a legal context, appearing in person refers to attending court physically. It contrasts with representation by an attorney or proxy. Some proceedings mandate personal appearance, such as criminal trials of the accused. It emphasizes personal participation and accountability in legal matters. The next phrase is in possession. Being in possession means having physical control of occupancy of property or objects. Legal possession can be actual, that is direct physical control, or constructive, that is legal right to control even without physical custody. Possession carries certain rights such as the right to exclude others. In a property disputes, possession can be evidence of ownership. The concept is critical in criminal law when determining offences like theft or unlawful possession. The next phrase is incorporeal hereditament. An incorporeal hereditament is an intangible right in a land that can be inherited. Examples include easements, profits a rente, or rent charges. These rights do not involve physical possession of land but allow certain uses or benefits. They are enforceable in law and are passed to heirs or successors. The term is mostly used in common law property systems. The next term is guardian. A guardian is a person legally appointed to manage the affairs of a minor or incapacitated person. Guardianship may cover personal, financial, or both types of decisions. Guardians have a fiduciary duties to act in the ward's best interests. Courts oversee and regulate guardianship to prevent the abuse. Guardianship ends when the ward reaches majority or regains capacity. The next phrase is heir presumptive. An heir presumptive is a person expected to inherit property but whose right can be displaced by the birth of a closer heir. This is common in inheritance law and a succession of titles. Their expectation is not absolute until the estate owner dies without changing succession. The term is contrasted with a heir apparent whose right cannot be displaced. It plays a significant role in a family and estate planning. The next phrase is incremental jurisdiction. Incremental jurisdiction refers to the gradual or extended authority granted to a court or governing body over new matters. It is often applied when a jurisdiction expands due to legislative changes or evolving legal frameworks. This ensures that legal systems adapt to new social or economic realities. It can relate to taxation, regulatory matters, or disputes involving multiple territories. The concept highlights flexibility in jurisdictional reach.